now we're finally going to talk about 2017's It. So I talked about the 1990 miniseries. Now we're going to do the It movies. Because, Welcome to Derry's coming out. This is a movie that, like, when this movie came out, it was huge. This was, like, a freaking huge deal, this movie, because I was, like, probably in middle school when this movie came out. How old? I'm 22, so I don't know. You do the math there. I was a freshman in high school when this movie came out, and this was a movie that everybody saw my age. Everybody was into it. I never saw the movie back then, just because I wasn't allowed to watch R-rated movies, even though most kids my age were. By the way, drop in the comments. A lot of parents still like that. I feel like a lot of parents are not like that anymore. In some ways, I think that's a good thing, because most R-rated movies are not what your parents make them out to be. You will find that out if you're an adult. If there's any kids watching this video, parents kind of lie or over-exaggerate what certain things are in movies. It's just kind of crazy. Anyways, this movie, I just have heard about it for so long, and I finally checked it out after part 2 came out, because it's come out a little bit older, and I could finally watch R-rated movies. And I didn't like part 2. I liked part 1, but I didn't like it the same everybody else did. And rewatching it, I still feel that way. I do think this movie is good. It's got a great child cast to it. Like, the whole cast of this movie is great. A couple of these kids have gone on to do really good stuff. Like Sophie Ellis, she's in the new Dungeons and Dragons movie. Finn Wolfhard, of course, he's in Stranger Things, other stuff. But he was in that stuff before this. But there's a couple other ones that want to do some cool stuff, and they're good actors. And then, you got Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, who's fucking incredible in this role. It's like the role he was born to play, really. He's a great actor just in general, but... yeah, I think this movie is just really taps into... what's special about the first half of the book. Just kind of that age of innocence and growing up, and then now having to deal with some of the real world horrors of the real world, before you have to grow up. And, first one deals with the more grown up side of it. This one deals with more of the childhood side of it. And I think it taps into that really well and explores those elements really well. But I just think where this movie suffers to me is for every good kill or good piece of horror in the movie, because there's some really good ones, there's a jump scare or a lazy part like that. Like the sewer scene, people love that scene, but if you really watch that scene, Pennywise is creepy enough in that scene without that fucking jump scare music to it. And it takes me out of the scene every time I watch it. And that's just really the way I feel about this whole movie. There's just jump scares throughout it when there doesn't need to be, because what they were actually showing was scary and creepy enough. And I really felt like the director of this movie needed to just trust in the audience to be scared enough by what was being shown on screen without the fucking jump scare bullshit. I just don't think it works. And overall, this is a solid B movie. It's an entertaining movie. It's got a good cast. It does what it's sent out to do well and pretty well. It's just not great like everybody made it out to be when it came out. And I think more people who rewatch this movie will kind of come to see that over time. I think this movie, over as it ages, kind of looks a little bit worse. Not like in a it's really bad way or it's dated way, but just kind of because it just kind of edges out to what the movie actually is, which is a pretty solid movie for what kind of movie it is. Could have been better, but it's good for what it is.